coming up next, I think it's the last one for tonight. Sometimes things pop up, but everyone so far has been scheduling their match and then sticking to it, so pretty reliable.
Speaking of really strong players,
ooh, we got
look who we see on the
Pikapals.
left side of this card.
Has a top 8 appearance, a very, very good 65% win rate, a lot of experience, right? This is over 40 matches and has placed as high as 7th. It was Mystery Tournament 12 that Pikapals cracked the top 8, so that's pretty scary for a first-timer to run into. But I've seen Econ join a lot of the races so far.
And has been playing very well in a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. So it was picked up the win against Renegade in Rayman Arena, the Rayman racing game no one knew existed.
That game is... I didn't even know that existed.
And then I learned
JoJo's versus Pachirisu.
Yeah, that's what we... JoJo on the right.
Pachirisu is a world champion.
Yeah, there's an awesome story with so Pachirisu's got horrible stats, so most people don't think of it as useful in competitive Pokemon, but it's got a ton of great support moves.
It was a niche anti-meta pick at the time. And Seijun Park legendarily won a Pokemon VGC with it.
Yeah, Wolf Glick's got a good story about it on YouTube. This race has been setting up while we had an interview, so it's already ready to go. This is the demo playing, though, right? It hasn't actually started.
No.
Okay.
Not that.
This is not. This is a little different from the Adventure Island that I know. It looks like it controls a little bit tighter.
Notice
What the hell console is this for?
This is TurboGrafx.
This is the TurboGrafx. It's a PC engine. Because Hudson Soft owns Adventure Island, right? Yeah, because Hudson's Adventure Island. I had to remember. Because I haven't actually played any of them. I blind raced Wonder Boy, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's a hard game. We'll see how much control you have over your momentum in this game, because it seems like more. It seems like playable. But you still die in one dang hit, so down goes Pikapals.
On like the first snail in the whole game.
The skateboard, it's here. You cannot stop as easily on the skateboard, but it's like an extra hit that you can take.
And you move faster. Always worth it.
What does the fairy do?
Invincibility.
Invincibility.
Ooh.
And it's probably fancy music right now as well.
Can't wait to hear it. Here we go.
Jamming
Here it
out
comes.
The speakers of the TurboGrafx. It's pretty jamming.
I don't like this one.
That's the music of power. You're gonna learn to like it. So it is tempting to just hold right and go, and you can do that, but you might run into trouble. So it's genuinely impressive so far that Econ has not let off the gas and has not died or anything. Although a lot of these enemies are kind of like not a problem. Oh, a little bit unclear was going to be coming off of that thing. So Pikapals has the lead.
What's here? Forward-firing weapon. Of the axe, which goes in the kind of awkward art. It's always, it's a real AVGN thing to say, but it's always a weapon that just shoots directly in front of your face. You'd be amazed how rare that is in video games sometimes.
Although the boomerang coming out a little bit low on this diagonal for Pikapals. There's the clear this time for Econ. Say less than half a level behind. Oh, the bat! Tricky bat!
At a really bad angle. Again, directly up and in front of you.
Yeah, the diagonals. So Pika recognized, like, this bat is going to kill me, So like stopped and was like, I can't go forwards. I need to do something else. But then there was no something else that would actually fix the problem. Yeah, I guess this is background. These like globules, but it really does look like it's some kind of like substance on the camera following the player. The bat again. Game over.
Let's see. Continue.
Back to 1-1?
Restart you from the stage where you died.
Okay. We're gonna see a back-to-back set of game overs here.
Yeah, so it's gonna lose like if there's checkpoints, which I think we did see earlier.
That's another death from Pika. I feel like the players, I think, are appreciating the difficulty of what they're getting into. Like, they tried to just go, and it's not quite working, and I think we're already seeing them start to adjust to, stopping, clear the screen a little bit.
I was not taking the boomerang. I actually like this idea a lot, because this bow and arrow, very predictable art. Oh, it's the fireballs instead, actually.
Oh, Econ,
I like these.
What happened? It felt like a jump input instead of an attack input or something.
Yeah, maybe just has it on like a weird button, not... I don't know, the PC Engine, it's 2 buttons, so... It's got an A and a B. I don't think they're actually called it. I think they're just called 1 and 2.
Econ died right before the checkpoint too. Pikapals just hit it. This fading diagonal thing is from the original Adventure Island. It seems pretty good.
Yeah, the fireball is... It's a good angle. Because, like, you jump. If you had, like, the bow... Like, you would... If there's an enemy directly in front of you, and you jump, like, it's very hard to hit. You gotta time a bow and arrow shot just, like, so precisely in order to hit it in the jump. Or you just have the fireball, and, like, when you're coming down from the jump, it clears out the downwards part of your jump to be safe.
Pikapals loses the skateboard immediately. To a very fancy looking pig walking around on 2 legs. Not a fan of the music in this game overall, I think.
A lot of PC Engine games have like really just weird sounding music. This is just like, it's just really busy sounding. Oh, nice checkpoint. That was a very clutch dodge from Pika.
Econ knocks this egg way into a pit at running speed and then dies to the same 2-bat combo that gave Pikapals so much trouble.
That enemy takes 2 hits for Pika, so hit it hoping it would die from the fireball weapon, and just it didn't. And made it really, really awkward. Couldn't decide whether like pause to stop to maybe kill it, but then there was a pig running up. Like, it was just a really bad situation overall.
I think I like this axe weapon a lot.
Yeah, the axe actually is surprisingly good. Flying in an arc usually is pretty bad in a lot of games, but it works here.
It's the end of the level. Pikapals got a little bit worried about it. Econ stops entirely and uses the boomerangs to take out the bats. And then there's the checkpoint.
There's the Hudson Bee. Oh my god, what a shot. What a rebound shot. Oh my god, Econ is just impressive. It's kind of... I don't want to say getting lucky, but maybe a little bit there. Because there's no way you could plan something like that.
Yeah, the boomerang coming back, certainly. So you do have this meter underneath your score, and it I think if it's anything like the other games, it drains over time, food refills it, and if it empties, you maybe just die on the spot?
Yeah, it is a timer, I think.
Yeah, but the food seems to be plentiful enough, and it decreases slowly enough that I don't think it's anywhere close to a thing so far. There are some enemies, I think there's like an evil eggplant or something that will sap away all of your food. You gotta eat a whole bunch real quick.
Yeah, it's an arcade timer that's mostly inconsequential. All those people out there hogging the PC engine in the arcade.
Econ doing really good on 1-3. And Pikapals, I'm surprised.
Oh, it's gonna be a fireball from behind? Okay, it despawned, luckily. That was a very bad situation.
Oh, Pikapals opts for the bow and arrow, heading into a boss fight we haven't seen yet.
Tiger Man.
Whoa.
Oh,
I think
good
that was
dodge.
luck more than anything.
Yeah, wow, what a that was incredible clutch dodge right there. At 0 lives too, would have had to redo the whole stage.
First try boss clear. Man, yeah, that's huge. That is absolutely huge for Pika.
It's about a third of the way through the goal now. By stage number.
Pika likes the bow and arrow. Had the axe and likes this more than that. Heads into a pit. I don't think it was intentional, but like was probably a good idea.
Yeah, inconsequential game over.
Both players dying in sync. Game over for Econ, but I don't think it matters. Hasn't seen too much of 1-4 yet. Pika died a lot on this stage.
It's a very tricky stage with those like womps coming down that also like spit fire from the side. It's a really awkward enemy to deal with. Oh my god, I got
What was
the rat.
What was
by
that
the rat.
thing? Jeez.
It's out of nowhere.
Now that chat has pointed out what's going on with the clouds at the top, the weird parallax, it's really freaking me out.
It's like an emulation error.
Like, why is it so much faster on the bottom layer? And it's like
Yeah,
backwards. The
PC
ones in
engine-
front should be moving
Yeah,
faster.
it's like doesn't work. The PC engine like had some pretty quality stuff on it, just because like there's less developers that made stuff for it, so there's like less trash. But sometimes some of the games on it are just really wacky.
Over for Pika, dying a lot in 2-1.
I don't think hit the checkpoint though.
Yeah, I don't think so. So, you know, we are, it's beat World 3 is the goal, so by the letter of the law, we're a third of the way through the goal on Pikapal's side, but I feel like the difficulty's only gonna get harder, and
Absolutely.
you know, we could be in for like 45-50 minutes.
It's an Adventure Island game. Yeah, I say that I've only played one, so.
One's all you, well, actually, they get pretty different. When
Well,
you start
people-
riding the animals and stuff.
They're like kind of popular for games. Like I feel like I've seen people talk about them a lot, at least on like SDA.
Oh, yep, that's classic.
Volcano.
Much more dodgeable in this game. Oh, the rock! The rock takes
Oh,
away your
not a bit the
control
rock.
when you trip on it. So we saw the arrow for the boss fight. Econ opted to go for the first wet option, which was what? Axe? Boomerang.
No, boomerang. I picked up the last one.
Yeah. And then that attack comes out and was just unlucky.
Pikapals is back to the firewall though, which is, I completely agree. This weapon is so good. Anything that clears out your jump to be safe. It's just always going to be good. The frog was like camouflaged right there. Right in front of the forest background. Any stage clear has just gotta be like just a sigh of relief now.
Yeah.
Knowing that, okay, I can game over now.
Oh, yep, the rock
Oh, not hard.
took away a lot of space on that jump. There's Econ once again, last life. Going with bow and arrow this time. Waits for the shot, gets the dodge. learning very quickly from the previous attempt.
Yeah.
Was like, this
Playing
weapon's probably
very
better.
carefully.
I need to dodge that attack, and it just put it together perfectly.
Yeah, some really just great adaptation right there. Sometimes it can be really hard to do that in a playing race. Just change your strategy entirely on a boss, just on the fly.
Pika got done in by one of these frogs that takes 2 hits to die. It was really schmoovin'. And this guy, yeah, so I was gonna stop and take him out this time.
Yeah, the arrow, it makes the bats a lot harder. But a lot of other things not bad.
Falling arrows were perfect against the placement of the enemies. Oh, riding the platform down. Pika's space to jump up to the platform. And coming around, the bow and arrow was bad against those 2 bats in the cave, and I was like, this weapon's not good, but I'm seeing the appeal.
Yeah, it's just firing straight in front of you. It's so simple, but it can't be overstated just how nice it is sometimes.
Oh, the frog!
Oh, the jump. Reminds me of like Super Pitfall. Trying to shoot the frog. Just goes straight over your gun in that game.
Econ, pretty good progress on 2-1. Frogs are so scary. Oh, a combination of the pig and the new mechanic. I think the checkpoint was right before that, or right after that, rather.
Pika might be slowing it down a bit, just doesn't want to die right here at 0 lives. Maybe we'll take an intentional game over if they clear the stage.
The frog attack if you're not mean to it. So there's 2 types of frogs in the NES game, and one will jump and one will not. And there are 2 types of frogs here. There's green and purple, and I think maybe it's still...
Green does not jump, purple does.
I think that's it.
Yeah, Pika is just playing at a very solid, fast pace.
Swordfish.
Such a awkward angle for them. Just looks like you're just barely dodging it. The hitbox is smaller than it looks.
Checkpoint on the first try on this stage.
Yeah, I think didn't even go for an intentional game over because only no, maybe did. Maybe did and then died once, or just got an extra life somewhere.
Nice short hop over the rock. There's the checkpoint on this stage from Econ. Ooh, tried to squeeze under the fire. Didn't quite get there.
Oh, got just incredible dodges. The eggplant!
It's real! I didn't make it up! It's taking your food! You gotta eat more food. Alright. That was not a big deal. That was not a big deal at all.
Yeah, Pika's just clearing a lot of stages on the first try, too. That's pretty hard to do in an Adventure Island game.
I mean, we talked about
taking another game over.
We talked about how strong Pika was as a player, and now we're seeing it. Oh, didn't quite find the hitbox of the spring.
Yeah, Econ has been memorizing very well in this platforming. Definitely, Econ is a second try monster.
I like that characterization.
That's the anime power-up.
Ooh, yes, exactly.
Never gets it on the first try.
And then the late series power-up is when they become the first try guy instead of the second try guy.
It's the transformation power. Yeah, Econ was doing very well in the random races that they were joining. Was putting up some pretty impressive times. I remember, right when the tournament started, I remember looking at the times and being like, this might be a player to watch out for.
Still has 2 lives starting from this checkpoint to get the clear on 2-1, 2-2?
This is 2-1.
2-1. And then Pika's on 2-3? Or is this 4?
2.
The Palace is
4.
usually 4, right?
Yeah, 2-4.
Man.
Yeah, it's just been playing just so solidly.
Yeah, the gap in my mind was not this big, so like, if I had to guess, I would have said, I think that's 1 and I think that's 4, but that just didn't seem right in my head.
That is it
Pika
0
could
lives,
win
though?
by so much.
Rocksteady.
First tried the boss last time. This attack seems not as bad as the previous. Oh, okay, never mind. It's random where the rocks fall.
Yeah.
Invincible. That's fine. Another first try clutch boss. And 10,000 points to earn a life, I think? Or... I just said how many lives Pika had.
Yeah, it was 0. That's 1.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got to be 10,000 for an extend. There's a fun little arcade term for all you out there. Extra lives are called extends. Well, extra lives that are given by scores. I don't know what game made that up, by the way.
When someone says extend, for some reason I go to NES Bubble Bobble, where you spell extend.
Yeah, I mean that's like
Do something.
pretty iconic from that.
In pinball, you get a replay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's called a replay in pinball. I think Wolverine on the NES calls it free game. I thought was funny. It's a Mickey Mouse game on the Master System. Calls it something really stupid. I don't remember what it is. It calls lives tries. That's it.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember which one though. I want to say it's not like one of the big ones. I don't want to say it's Cat's Illusion.
I think it might be like a lot of them actually.
Yeah, I know that it's a few.
I like when people say extra lives are guys. An extra guy, a free guy.
Guy is good. I don't think there's a game that has ever used that as an official term, but I like it anyway.
Ooh, scary octopus, Pikapals with a frantic left-right in the air, able to pull back and find control.
Oh, invincibility. Alright, go, go, go. Actually, extra guy sounds like something that, like, Broforce would do. Now that I think about it.
There's the checkpoint.
Yeah, Pika's just so good at sight reading this.
Oh,
Being
did that
able to
spider
sight read
just
a
shoot an
platform-
arrow?
Being able to sight read a platformer is a very difficult skill to have.
Yeah, I mean, look how zoomed in we are. You don't get a lot of time to react to this stuff.
Yeah, there's
That's
just
a
another
clear.
stage clear. Lead still slowly growing more and more as Econ takes the game over.
In 2-2. Pikapals
Which
is on
admittedly has not been
3-2.
playing that badly. Like, has been.
Adventure Island is always a tough game. I mean, you die in one hit, and look at all this stuff, right? Like, oh, that platform is scrolling around. Okay.
Yeah, that S&B one. Like, even having to just, like, react to when the platforms start to drop, and it's like, okay, I can't rest here at all.
Oh, that platform was not going down and
that
up.
was another S&B one block.
It just kept going down.
Luckily,
man.
checkpoint was right there.
And it's not
But
the
now it doesn't
fireball,
have the
but
fireball.
yeah, but the arrow at least is right there, so you don't have to work with.
It is a
Axe.
good weapon. Alright, gotta wait on this.
Yeah.
Oh. And invincibility. That's a good pickup kit.
Econ's got the bow. I really like to look at that jump. Pauses on the platform. Good hesitation.
Peek with the short hop. Died.
Careful play gets Econ to the checkpoint.
Yeah, I definitely I appreciate the careful play. In a game like this, where deaths can cost a lot of time. Because, like, in other platformers, it would be like, oh, like, you die, like, once. It would be like, okay, well, I know how to do the rest of the stage. It's not a problem. But, like, in an Adventure Island game, death doesn't mean that you're gonna clear the stage on the next time.
My jaw just dropped. Econ just jumped and just missed the corner of the spring, and it really felt like it should have hit, and it didn't. And that's a pretty big loss. I'm actually digging this song. We found a good one.
Yeah, that song's not bad. It's
These are
normal song.
the late drop on the arrow. Pika's pretty good about
It's
timing.
really funny.
When you can't know when enemies are gonna spawn, but they do seem to spawn with enough regularity that if it's been, 1.5 seconds since an enemy has appeared, there's about to be an enemy. Pika just felt the rhythm there.
Like, how many games do you know of that have an arrow that you fire that are like 2D games where they don't go straight? Like, it's such a rarity.
Yeah, I can think of a couple examples, but it's always exceptions to the rule. My favorite is Darkwing Duck for the NES. Has this arrow thing.
That's a great one.
And you can press select to make it drop from its straight flight straight downwards. And you can use it to score double hits and all kinds of wacky stuff.
Yeah, Towerfall, I guess, is another one. But that's also not a retro game.
Off level with just the axes in 3-3.
There's just for Econ, there's too much crap there. Like there's too much. How do you dodge it?
Well, there's your problem. There's just too much crap there.
It's coming up like right here after this jump. There's this guy. There's the little rock guys, the birds.
Yeah, and there's the adjustment. This was too much last time, so I'm gonna go slow and take it step by step.
Oh, you my eggplant.
Slow is not an option anymore, I think. It's got enough food. Then he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, that's the end of the stage.
Okay, more than okay. But is really running out of time. Pikapals is on 3-2, most of the way through 3-2. The goal is to World 3.
Yeah, it's running out of game.
I don't know what that was that just flew by Pikapal's screen, but it looked scary. This is just food and a special item that fell down to the floor and contains the best
fireball.
weapon. Oh, that's what I saw.
Oh my god. How did Pika not get burned right there?
The scariest penguin. That's 3-2. 2 levels left for Pikapals. And 5 for Econ.
And World 3 looked pretty hard. Those were a lot of levels.
Jumped a little bit too high.
Yeah, that's the only problem with the fireball.
What is going on with these spring hitboxes? Man.
Yeah, it's the problem with the fireballs. Trying to hit hit that angle, the forward in front of you, is pretty much impossible with it. So you have to kind of develop a workaround. Oh my god, just this on the fly dodge right there. It's incredible.
There's a thing chasing Pikapals, and it's kind of scary.
Oh! So
It's just poked in the butt on the jump
cleaner. Pipe cleaner.
The pipe cleaner.
That's what it looks like to me. Just with spikes and
It's like a wrestling name. The pipe cleaner.
It's a good one. I'd watch that. Econ on to the boss fight. This boss, apart from the random rocks, looked significantly easier.
Yeah. But I bet if you get a bad pattern, it's like borderline undodgeable, right? Like,
It's playing nice.
that's
There's
it.
a kill.
But
Great boss fight. But
Pikapals at the end now. This is the final boss of the goal. And that they come
Oh my
forwards,
God.
but you can shoot them to take them out. And Pikapals is just nailing every single one as it comes. That's it.
wow, just made that boss look easy. Oh, okay. I was really hoping that wouldn't kill.
Yeah. We've seen
Probably
its
completely
ability.
after that.
The first Pikapals did not die to a boss at all. The entire goal.
No, just played that game just textbook.
2816 is the final time. Oh my god, what are we seeing right now? This is amazing!
Hey, Muir, you in the chat, you saw that, right? You know what to do. Yeah, Pika made that game look easy. Looking at previous race times, this is like the third fastest time we've ever seen. It's right next to Retro PH, and is like 2 minutes behind Andy. And 2 minutes behind Andy is a great time to be at.
Yep.
So subbing like a Triscore time by like 10 minutes. Just
Jeez.
really good play. It's a hard game.
Should it spawn there? Econ was like holding the jump button. So I think this is ice.
Joined by our Victor, by the way, here in our chat.
Hello.
Pikapals.
Hey, thanks.
You did real good. Did it?
Yeah,
did
you
it
know.
feel like?
With these one-hit kill games, does it ever feel like you do good?
Right. That's why it was the first thing I wanted to say to you when you came in here, because it was like, I know that you got beat up real bad by a lot of some BS in this game, but
it's
you
like-
played fantastic.
With these games, it's always hard to tell because, like, sometimes you just die over and over, and, you know, you never know, oh, maybe my opponent's dying over and over too. Or, you know, maybe they're just running through everything because it's actually easy and I just don't realize it yet.
Right. So, where were you on the spectrum of confidence to fear?
I think played one of the Adventure Island games before, so I knew that they're generally pretty difficult. So I was feeling like kind of in the middle. Like felt like I was dying more than I should have been, but felt like I was still in a decent enough position to be winning.
More than you should have been, but less than you could have been.
Yeah, pretty much. I managed to avoid gaming over after midpoints, I think. That was my biggest fear.
Yeah, for sure. Weapon choice. Do you got a ranking, a power ranking?
Yeah, I think I'll just agree with the pace spin in general.
Oh, I haven't actually read the pace bin for
Oh,
this
I
one.
didn't. I opened the pace bin. Let's see. Fireballs are arguably the best weapon, followed by arrows and axes and boomerangs. I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's kind of what we settled on while we were watching.
Yeah, the fireballs had an awkward arc, but they were also way stronger than everything.
Yeah, being
And
able to
clearly the
clear your
devs-
jump.
Yeah, pretty much. And clearly the devs agreed that they were the best weapon when they were in all the hidden eggs.
Right. Well, almost Econ
Oh, yeah.
having trouble with a falling platform.
Definitely, this is a whole right section. You don't want to be stuck on there when the platform suddenly decides that it wants to fall.
Yeah, I think I just generally settled on all platform sections are hold right sections until proven otherwise.
And then that one
Which
platform.
is a scary thing in Adventure Island.
is.
it's such a difficult game, and like there's so much of like having to like kind of game around and sight read the cycles and stuff. But
Yeah.
you did it incredibly.
and then you want to fire your weapon off to try and clear your jump, but you're in midair and you let go of the run button for too long, and suddenly you're in the pit instead of clearing it.
It's a classic Adventure Island business. Oh yeah, we maybe should have made it clear. Your attack button is also your run button in this game, so it can be a little awkward that way.
TurboGrafx only having 2 buttons.
Was this
Those
your
old
first
console limitations?
your first mystery tournament match? This tournament?
Yeah, this is my first one. I got a bye in the first round.
Right. So you're off to a good start then.
Yeah, not too bad, considering this bracket is this part of the bracket is scarier than I realized at first glance. Econ was doing really well in all the practice races I saw him joining.
Yeah, we were talking about that like Econ was joining and was putting up some really good times.
Yeah, for
definitely
sure.
a scary opponent for them to fight round 1, and with how you played this game, definitely still looking to be that way.
Yeah, luckily I got a game I feel like played to me better, I guess. But yeah, it was like Econ into potentially full into I don't even know what's past that. I haven't looked.
Yeah,
To get to top 8, you're gonna have to deal with either Maurice or Andy.
Dungu. Yeah.
You will face that one guy in your next match who beat Full
you would
Wizards.
have to fight.
That was it.
You would have to fight.
I remembered Fulla's
Maurice
opponent
or
also
Drake.
seeming scary.
Yeah, Fulla's opponent was that one guy who ended up winning that match.
Yeah,
Who is that?
I can
Actually, who
see
you fight
that.
next?
Oh wait, this goes further than I thought. Yeah, there's even more scary people you'll have to face if you want to make top 8. But that's kind of how
Yeah,
it
you'd
goes
have to
nowadays.
beat. You'd have to beat Drake.
Is Drake also in the way of top 8? Yeah, I guess he is.
There
Yeah,
are yes.
Real Andy as well.
Yeah, I
That's
remember seeing
that's
him.
another scary name.
We've reached the point where there are far more than 8 players who you would like expect to see in top 8. So like you can't even get into top 8 without beating a top 8 player, you know? Like
Yeah,
it's just really tough competition.
Thankfully, you dodged the Andy section of the bracket and you dodged the someone 325 section. Those are
that's
parts I would
true.
not want
The
to be in.
small miracles.
Wow, we wish you best of luck on your road through the tournament.
Yeah, definitely feel proud of how you played this game. If you would like to know, because I actually looked, this is like the 2nd or 3rd fastest blind time had on this. You're only 2 minutes behind Andy's time,
Oh, nice.
which
That's
that's
not bad for
a
something
good
like
place
this.
to be.
Yeah,
That's a good place to be. I know Andy is definitely an Adventure Island gamer too, I think.
yeah, I definitely feel like Andy would be crushing these sorts of games.
Econ just finished 3-3. It's moving on to the final stage of the goal. Oh, hesitated a little bit and got jumped on by a frog. But now that I see
Yeah.
the game over, I wonder if maybe that was intentional, but you could have died earlier, so.
Yeah, just it's not bad anyway. It's a game over that like if you can get through the stage first try, it's like, you know, that would be nice, but it's a game over you're willing to take.
Econ just barely manages to go back and get the boomerang.
Oh, the
So
top has
I
spikes
just
as
took a
well.
closer look at that weird enemy driving the spike car, and there's like a little guy inside, and he...
Oh, there is? I just saw like
Yeah.
a spike car.
Yeah, it just looks like
I
a
didn't even
spike car.
notice.
Take a look at it next time. Coming up
Here
soon.
he comes up. Oh my god, there's a little guy in there.
What is that?
I just noticed that.
At one point, one was chasing you, Pika, like left to right. Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, that one.
At the pipe cleaner.
And then the same death. Wow. That's mean.
Yeah, I got so scared seeing him right behind me. And then, of course, that thing's just on the wrong cycle. Absolute wrong cycle.
Did you feel like you were able to remember the stage that you had seen so far? Like it wasn't surprising you the second time?
I got good at remembering like the first bit of it,
Mm.
enough to get into far enough that I felt like I could rely on sight reading to get me through the rest,
Hmm.
or at least playing slow, I guess.
Yeah, we saw both of you would get like, it's been a while since I've seen a checkpoint, so maybe I'll
Yeah.
just stop and shoot this bat.
Yeah, every time a frog shows up, it's just, okay, I'll stand here 5 feet away from it and shoot it with whatever I've got.
I'm interested to see Econ fight this boss too, because frankly, you made all the bosses look easy, Pika, because you cleared them all the first try. But this boss actually looks like it could have been some trouble.
Yeah, this boss was the first one I saw that I was like, oh, I could die to this. Like, the first two could have killed me before I realized what their attacks were, but this one was like, oh, this could actually kill me.
Couldn't believe you had to. So this game, like, you've got one projectile on screen or two, or does it depend on which one you have?
It depends on the one, I think.
Yeah,
Reese
you
is
could definitely have
captured.
2 fireballs.
It's a mole.
There's the guy. There's the guy.
You can have multiple axes for sure.
Yeah, so I was thinking
you're
like you
right.
had to hit these arrow shots or die, basically, as they were coming in, and you just hit every single one. And so far, Econ has hit every single one. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! That boss must have been so close to
Barely.
dead.
This model has really strong avatar power.
It really does.
Oh, this stage doesn't have a checkpoint. I just noticed that.
Yeah, no. Oh,
Yeah,
I was
no,
really
that's
hoping the bosses would be checkpoints.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
But
Too nice
also,
for
I
an
think I
adventure
got to
island.
most of the bosses with 0 lives, so I was scared either way.
Right. See, I get it. It's like moles like dig in the ground, right? So he's got like a big
It's the
digging
drill.
device.
Sure.
Work smarter, not harder.
Now we just need. Now we need Muware to grab the Showtime screen at the end.
Oh! Just a little bit of an awkward jump.
One another
Almost got it done.
high quality Muware GIF. That's where the good play one is from,
Good play.
and bad play. We didn't include bad play here, but I have that on my stream sometimes, just because it's so good.
It's a little bit mean to flash up. You just
Yeah,
did bad.
that's why I'm
Everyone,
like-
look how bad you
For
are.
your own stream, it's fine, but
Yeah.
I understand that.
I was like, Maurice was like, hey, can you play? I was like, oh, maybe should I send the bad play too? I was like, no, I shouldn't. That's a really bad.
We do have some kind of route. We have the lucky to
With
reverse.
player dead.
Yeah.
We can't see
The
it.
player
because
dead is like a statement of fact.
We have
you
this
know,
one.
like
yeah, that one.
Yeah. Do it
reverse.
in
Yeah. That's also like, I don't know. Sometimes you go the wrong way, right? Like,
Maybe the wrong way is the correct way.
Hmm.
Maybe it's one of those games that doesn't check if you go backwards, and it's a racing game that has like checkpoints.
oh,
If
Econ
you go
lost
around backwards, it
confidence.
doesn't check.
Lost confidence being able to shoot the projectiles, so tried to run under, and there just wasn't the space for it.
Yeah, you kind of have to be like really late on the shots there. Like it's very scary. It had like the exact same cadence for a game over as like Castlevania does. It has a da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da,
Oh yeah.
but like really wacky. It sounds really funny.
And what did you think about the music in this game?
Honestly,
was
I don't
there.
remember it much at this point.
That's not a good sign.
Probably not, but it was probably.
There was a couple of tracks.
I don't
right?
remember it poorly, so that must be a good thing.
Well, I guess so. There was one or two where it was bad enough that we decided to, like, we noticed it. You know, we decided to talk about the music because of what we were hearing. Here we go once again. I think any of these attempts could be the winner from Econ.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Econ has been playing well on the stages. It's basically got the stage down now. It's this close one. Yeah, once you put it at 2, and then you run forward.
Oh. Just kind of
Two
stopped
shots in
attacking for a little
there.
bit. It must be so close to dead. That
Oh
wasn't
my
it.
God.
Needs a dodge.
No!
Under.
Oh, yeah, you gotta
Ah.
run forward! Oh, you gotta run forward, it's all the way on the left.
Shoot. I
That
feel
must
like
have
that
been,
boss should have been
one
dead,
shot.
man.
Like one shot.
I would be so distracted. Like the thoughts of like, why isn't he dead? Why isn't he dead? Like would just be ringing in my ears, preventing me from having other thoughts that would like dodge or run under or. You'd played Adventure Island before, so were you aware of like how this meter in the top left works?
Yeah, I at least had a vaguely. It's like you have to collect food or you die of hunger eventually, right?
Yeah. And it like mostly
Yeah, I
doesn't
vaguely
matter at all.
remember that. Generally, you're going fast enough. If you're not actively avoiding the food, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some crazy challenge runs, like no fruit Adventure Island. Oh,
That's
you can't
this-
run forward on the second one.
Yeah, that's the second time Econ has tried that. And I get it, because it's so... If you miss the shots against those ice things, then you're just dead, right? Like, that's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
The hard thing to do, but the game expects a lot out of you.
Right.
So you just gotta do it anyway. Just flying through the stage right now. That was one brave jump right there.
Really close on the mole car that time.
so close. Man, that mole car, I don't know, I'm just like looking at it now. There's just something about it. I'm excited to see who's their avatar now in the Discord. I
Man,
gotta be like paying attention.
Even the top like, on that is it second or third round, it will get you if you're standing on the floor against the wall. You do need to jump. Well, yet another perfect stage clear in a row from Econ.
Yeah, I guess the one positive is you really learn these stages.
Uh-huh. Alright, hit so many of these opening shots. Whoa, 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 okay. Oh, but it was set up
you gotta
for
run forward.
phase.
Here's a little interesting system fact here that it might actually be relevant in this game. You see when the players are jumping and like shooting 2 arrows, sometimes they hit the second one too late because they did it too late in the jump. The TurboGrafx 16 has fire, so you could just jump in Turbo B and basically just guarantee both shots hit every time. It's a little fact for you. I guess, oh, well maybe you couldn't do it because it's the same button as run.
I wonder like what hertz it fires at, or whatever.
I don't know. It's like, I think it's consistent. I don't think it's like a game specific thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not an expert on this console. Oh, this is real close to the wall. Yeah, you gotta run.
The closest we got. So it's not even set exactly where each of these towers is going to be. Like it's a little bit random when the boss decides to do it.
Nice.
And that pattern worked out. Dot done immediately followed up by ow.
It's such a hard game.
Showtime!
All right, Beware.
Did you even notice this screen, or like were you too busy like joining the Discord or whatever? Like,
Oh no, I made sure to watch this one. I saw the other two showtimes, but have to skip past those. Come on, this one.
Arcade randomness.
Yeah.
and we'll see. This was our last match of the night. We'll see if Econ wants to come chat, and then we'll be all wrapped up. For tonight. But there are so many mystery tournaments still. Just sort of packing the schedules.
Yeah, I've got to go yell at my friend who was the no-show and winners won. See if maybe he'll miraculously appear.
I know a bunch of people got pinged for a deadline on Friday too, so I wouldn't be surprised if even more stuff gets scheduled for this week. All right, we're joined by Econ. Hello.
Hey, GG's.
Yes.
So there is a big gap between you two in the times, but I do want to just make it clear this game is super hard, and we've got like spread of times from past races and stuff. And this 48-minute time that you got, Econ, is actually not all that bad at all. It's just a really, really good one from your opponent.
Yeah, it's not that much behind some like top racers that we had before, like Alpha, Triscorp.
So here.
Yeah, it's tough. Sometimes your opponent just does it, right? Like, so the game. First off, we noticed, this is totally unimportant, but it's on our minds because we've just been fascinated. Did you notice the little spike car enemy that drives around has got like a little mole inside of it driving it around?
I don't think I have.
Yeah, we did. It took us a while to see it. It's fascinating.
Huh.
But I guess also there's a video game happening too. So, do you feel like you were able to sight read the levels as you went?
Like if I had gone a little slower, I definitely could have. Could have read some of the stuff that I was doing better. I just tried to like speed through it, and I definitely should have done a lot of stuff safer. But even then, some stuff just felt a bit unfair.
Yes.
The nature of the beast of Adventure Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, you were not that far behind throughout most of the stages. I mean, Pikapals was sight reading stages really well, but like you were going at a very consistently fast pace for a lot of it. It was really just the last stage that was a wall, and a lot of that was because of the last boss of this goal.
Oh
that
god,
was
yeah.
a really hard boss.
Yeah, God. I think I was doing fine, even though Pikapals had already finished it didn't really make me nervous or anything. But once I died once to the boss, I was like, oh no.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because the one of the things I thought about was that you need kind of like a certain amount of confidence to stand and face and shoot all of the projectiles, and it seemed like you were maybe too willing to like run under them when you got the chance, even when there wasn't space to do it,
Yeah. even then, like, yeah, difficult boss.
Trying to think of what else.
Oh, we were noting that like one skill that we thought they were really good at, and we were impressed to see, is that the second time through the stages, like definitely, especially in the early half, you just if it was the second time through a stage, bam, you got it, like no problem. It was interesting to see in a game like Adventure Island where it's basically accepted that you're going to die.
Mhm. I mean, yeah, I guess I kind of did on the early stages, and then the ice stages showed up.
Yeah, the lack of control. It's already kind of a slippery game, and then they
Mhm.
throw the ice at you.
It feels pretty weird compared to other platformers.
Yeah,
It's like super slippery.
Yeah, they
It's all-
definitely don't want you to like ever slow down or stop ever.
Yeah. But I remember I died right after respawning on a checkpoint because I jumped too early on the ice.
yeah. Like it was one of the islandy stages, and there was like a pit of water next to the checkpoint.
Mhm.
That was a weird one. Adventure Island's just a weird. It's really its own thing. Have you played any of the other ones?
I have not. No.
Yeah. So now you know. you
Now I
know
know.
firsthand. You've been joining a lot of the other races, and do you feel like that helped you prepare for what Mystery Tournament has to offer?
I don't really know. Like, there's really nothing that tells me I'm getting better.
Right.
But I don't know. I've been doing fine in races.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
putting up some really strong times in a lot of them. I remember watching. I think I was commenting. Yeah, I was commenting on Tricky Keys, and you put up like a 25 in that game, and it's a really good time beating a lot of good players in it.
Mhm. I remember finishing pretty early on that. Yeah.
Yeah, to a Starling, Raymond. Just like I remember like thinking, seeing these early times, like this might be a player to watch out for. Swift Stitch, that was a big one. Yeah, 22 minutes in Swift Stitch. That's a it's
Which
a
one was
really
it?
good
Was
time.
that the dart game?
It's like you
You
are
set the
going
speed from 1 to 7.
and you go
Yes.
like
Yeah.
upright. Yeah.
That's one of the first races I did. I didn't even know that like it was commonplace to races, so I have no bot. Kind of a shame.
Well, we believe you, so
Appreciate it.
yeah.
So
Looking at the
you're
bracket,
right.
it's not going to get any easier for you. This was winners bracket, so you move to losers, and you fight full of lizards and losers, which is
Former
not
top
a
8 player multiple times.
yeah, not a good sequence of two people to be fed into. And then Pikapals moves on to fight that one guy who is also going to be a fierce opponent.
Yeah.
It was
I
definitely
know
one of those names we were going to look out for.
I know Tog, and they mentioned me some stuff about like players and stuff. Like as soon as the bracket was like done, he messaged me and he was like, "Man, good luck."
Yeah, it's a hard bracket, but I mean, definitely with times you've been putting up, definitely could beat out Fula. Fula is a player that when they get their strengths is very strong, but they do have their weaknesses. Like
Mhm.
pretty much every player here, actually.
Yeah, I guess. I think if I bid full lizards, Rikri is going to be somewhere near there. It would be fun to see.
It looks like you fight the loser. If you win that, you fight the loser of Shrambles versus Kieran H.
But then after that, if Rikri has kept winning from where they are, you will fight Rikri.
Yes.
I need to
Is that your goal?
stay true to
Is-
my. I guess. I
That'd
had
be
a
great. I wish I was a player. I could go and beat up my friends in the bracket because I actually got them to join. Test this time.
Well, best of luck in your quest. Thanks so much for joining Mystery Tournament, really, and for for coming out and playing and for coming to talk to us.
Very fun.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for tonight here on the Mystery Funhouse. We got matches coming up tomorrow, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Fast Fruit Man versus Chosen Last. And then in the evening, Eastern Time, Ridley Dragon versus BTS, White Panther versus Kitern, Canopy versus Chris879, aka Cannibalism. I think I missed a number in there. Yeah, those are 4 in there.
Yes, 4.
So there's those. Those are the 4 matches. Those that we have lined up. But again, wouldn't be surprised if we had a surprise match in there to meet that Friday deadline. So, if you want to see this stuff, you can show up at these times, obviously. But you could also follow the channel. You could join the Discord and get a role where there will be some kind of alert, and you can chat and hang out. And then, I don't know, maybe next tournament we'll see you there. Who knows? These are all the options available to you either way. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you next time.